Hello, and welcome to Bedtime Stories. My name is Frank Padour, and I'll be reading to you a Grimm Brothers fairy tale entitled The Old Grandfather's Corner. Once upon a time, there was a very old man who lived with his son and daughter-in-law. His eyes were dim, his knees tottered under him when he walked, and he was very deaf. As he sat at table, his hands shook so that he would often spill the soup over the tablecloth or on his clothes, and sometimes even he could not keep in his mouth when it got there. His son and daughter were so annoyed to see his conduct at the table that at last they placed a chair for him in a corner behind the screen and gave him his meals in an earthenware basin quite away from the rest. He would often look sorrowfully at the table with tears in his eyes, but he did not complain. One day, thinking sadly of the past, the earthenware basin, which he could scarcely hold in his trembling hands, fell to the ground and was broken. The young wife scolded him well for being so careless, but he did not reply, only sighed deeply. Then she bought him a wooden bowl for a penny and gave him his meals in it. Some days afterwards, his son and daughter saw their little boy, who was about 4 years old, sitting on the ground and trying to fasten together some pieces of wood. "What are you making, my boy?" asked his father. "I am making a little bowl for Papa and Mama to eat their food in when I grow up," he replied. The husband and wife looked at each other without speaking for some minutes. At last, they began to shed tears, and went and brought their old father back to the table, and from that day he always took his meals with them, and was never again treated unkindly. That was a Grimm Brothers fairy tale, entitled The Old Grandfather's Corner. Thank you for listening. Good night, and sweet dreams.